Hello, everyone, and welcome to Z Talk. In this particular series, I'm going to have a little bit of a different approach. Usually, I talk about technology and things around, products and software, etc., solutions. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine. His name is Luis Montoto. He is the owner of a company called Wine41, and first of all, they have great wines. So I think everybody should just know where they can get great wines from. And so I wanted to just bring Lewis, introduce him to my network. And then, if you guys need or looking for wines, this is the guy to know. Okay. So Lewis, thank you for joining me today. Welcome aboard to the Z Talk family. And tell my people here on LinkedIn all about you, your company, what you do, and everything.
Oh my God, let me try to be brief. First of all, Henry, thank you, my friend. I'm really happy to share this time with you. We've known each other for how many years?
A long time.
A very long time. Although you're older than me, of course.
That's okay. I'm more handsome.
I was too young, especially with that hat. I don't wear a hat. But you look good. You look good. I've been in the wine industry for about 16 years or so. I started working in the marketing area related to wine development, wine brands development, right?
Mm-hmm.
So doing that, I got the opportunity to meet the owners of a very large winery from Spain. It's a cava producer. Cava is a champagne from Spain. Mm-hmm. And they invited me to the winery, and I came back with a contract with them as a export manager for the Americas, meaning the whole continent from Canada to Brazil. So it was a very important stage or time of my life because as you can imagine, the learning experience was amazing.
Yeah.
From working on the vineyards, from working on the land to do harvest, to see how the winemaker produces the wine, and then all the way to working in the commercial part as the export manager, and also the experience in knowing how the import business works, the distribution and the retail as well, which is a huge expansion, huge area of business. Because one thing is making the wine, the other thing is selling the wine.
Right.
All right. And then at the end is the consumption of the wine. There's the competition, like in any field, right? There's competition everywhere. But in the wine, for instance, you go into any supermarket, into one of the big retailer names, and you walk in there and you look at an aisle, I just go like, oh my God, there's 200 wines just in this.
Right. All different types, yeah.
Which one do I choose? And however, when you think about it, it says, well, there's too many wines. How do they sell? Well, they do, indeed. Otherwise, they would not be on the shelf. Now, this market might sell more Spanish wines or more Argentinian or more Italian, whatever, and the other. So it's all relative. Everything works okay, works good. And the reason why those wines are on the shelf is because somebody buys them. Otherwise, as a retailer, I'm not going to invest, especially when you're a small business. I'm not going to invest X amount of money on a wide portfolio when perhaps I know I got the feeling, or I know my market, my clients, I know I'm not going to the profile of the client in order to develop my brand. So the same thing works in every business, and that's how this industry has been working. So after 8 years, almost 8 years, 7.5 years as an export manager, I quit that part because, listen, that is a huge strain on the family. I used to travel about 150,000 miles a year.
I know.
And you remember those times that it's really heavy on the family, okay? Especially when you have kids, holidays, birthdays, celebration, everything else, and you're not home, right? And on the other hand, the family number one, but then second is the strain also that happens to you as a person. How many hours did I spend on a plane going back and forth? Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who love this, who do this. I loved it while I did it, but it got to a point that it was really, really tough. So after that, I decided to evolve, change little by little, knowing already, having an idea of what I wanted to do. And that's how gradually Wine41 became. Wine41 is a concierge service because, again, there's so many retails that you might say, well, why another retail? We focus completely 100% on private clients and serving corporations with a concierge service. What does that mean? My portfolio is not too big. It's not a total wine, but I have about 160, 180, depends on the time of the year, different brands. Now, that's a lot of wines, okay? That's a lot of different wines. And I concentrate, because it's easy to maneuver and purchase what you need. Because I have the ability. Also, I know a lot of distributors. And there's something that I also think is important. I like to work with small distributors. Reason why, number one, is because in most cases, they have wines that are jewels that nobody knows.
Right.
And it's a beautiful alternative to brands that are good, fantastic, they sell a lot, but perhaps in terms of pricing or knowing something else. For any region, from Napa to Rioja, Spain, my God, there's hundreds of wines. Now, even though you have wines from the same region, some developments they're doing it a different way, whether they use brand new oak or different oak, or the vineyards are old vineyards or younger. So there's just so many elements here that come into play at the end to develop and to present the wine, and then at the end, pricing, because obviously that's the other issue. And that's something that I obviously with the years I was able to learn, I guess. I had a lot of experience. I talked to so many people throughout those years. Imagine how many things I was able to absorb and got into my mind, into my notes, and into the development of what I wanted to do. So basically we have a very nice boutique portfolio, and boutique doesn't mean expensive. On the contrary, I have fantastic wines that people say, how come is it that this price? And then that's the trick of knowing the business, knowing the industry. Because I know, actually, especially on European wines, I can trace back and know how much a wine should cost from the winery, from a specific region. And that all comes into play in being able to offer my clients good value for great wines and available 24/7, because we do delivery 7 days a week. So we provide a very concierge to to all our clients in Miami and Dade Broward. And then outside the South Florida, we ship UPS or mostly UPS. And that's the core of the business. Obviously now with this situation that I'm sure we're gonna talk, there's been, everybody has had to reinvent and do new things to adapt.
And to that point, I know we've gone through, obviously we're going into whatever may come out of the new normal. Even in my industry, we've had to make changes based on, where we are today. So today I'm working from home. We typically didn't do that. We go to the office. So there's been some changes in my industry and how we do work and our clients. But in your particular situation, you've been selling wines, obviously, the whole time. But now you've incorporated other products and offerings to kind of complement, because I'm sure, like everybody, when the economy's tough, everybody suffers a little. So, and you have to figure out, how do I add more value, if even that's possible, right? Add more value to what I'm already offering, so we can at least stay, above water. So tell me just in a couple of minutes, what are the things that you're offering beyond just the wine products?
Well, the good thing is that at the retail level, sadly enough, in this industry, the businesses that have been more affected are restaurants. And they're really suffering. Even now that it's been open 50% or with distances, they're not being able to get back on their feet. A lot of them do delivery. Obviously, who's doing great right now? Uber Eats and the other companies who do delivery, and that's fine. That's fine because it helps a lot the restaurant. But in my case, the core business that we do has been able to sustain. Why? Because We have what we call a wine studio. I have a warehouse, which is in the southwest. I'm right next to that. They're very nice. I have a lot of art, a lot of wine, beautiful. But we only do private events here.
Right.
It's open only for our clients, our corporate clients, and our private clients. And again, everybody is a private client. It's not a membership or anything such as that, but we call it private because of the care that we take, that we do to our clients. So what we, for instance, what we had to do, one of the things that we did that helped us sustain joined forces, if you will, with a very big paella maker called Bonnie's Paella, Bonnie's Catering. And because this is a catering company that what they do is big events. They do paellas and all kinds of food. They do
Right.
Italian food, stir fries, etc. for big events. Minimum 50, 100, 200. Never all the food that they do, paellas and everything else, for a minimum of 2 rations, 2 people, with a bottle of wine. And then that includes the delivery to their homes. And it's been a fantastic opportunity for him and for me to expand, to do a service that we incorporated, and indeed it helped a lot the business. And also it allows the family to enjoy that in their homes and bring the food and the wine to their houses.
Well,
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? Okay, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay. No, it's the internet and we're working, it's hit or miss sometimes, but I got what you're saying. And I can attest personally that the paella was really good because I ordered paella and the wine.
Thank you.
And this is a good thing for my viewers to know, that you can offer not just the wine itself, but the wine in a nice meal package.
Right.
And today, the new normal is we're all eating more from home than we are eating out. And when we do eat out, we're usually getting takeout.
Right.
And so you're getting it, so either way, I think our eating habits have changed where we're eating more from home. I know because I am and my family is, so I figured that's about where everybody is. I try to go out every now and then just for my sanity, go somewhere and eat and have a dinner that's, prepared right there and delivered to you. But I definitely like that idea that you put together with the paella or whatever it is, whatever meal that you package it around. And the bottle of wine for 2 is perfect. And for special events, it's ideal. And it doesn't even have to be a special event. It could be a Friday, and you say, you know what, Friday night, let's just call Lewis and get some wine and nice paella.
Of course, with the food, in our case, it's the paella. It's not a it's a very unique way to cook, and especially this individual. He's from Spain. He's been a chef all his life, and then he cooks every day the food. So basically, what we do is we ask our clients to place the order the day before. It's not a restaurant that you can call right now and in an hour, half an hour, or 2 hours, we bring the food to you. It's a different case, but more of a plan, the at least 24 hours ahead. Why? Because the paella is very important that is eaten fresh. Remember, right. Especially the seafood paella that has lobster, shrimps, clams, calamari, everything. You want that to be cooked on the same day. Yeah. And that's what we do. We do not, whatever you do with the food, once you get it at home, that's up to you. Right. But at least whatever we serve today is cooked today.
That's good.
That's why we ask for the orders at least the day before, 24 hours. And then that brings also the quality, brings out the quality, the freshness of the food. And people like that. People like that a lot.
That's awesome. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I want to thank you, you know, first and foremost for your friendship, because, you know, we've been friends for a long time and it does feel like a brotherhood. So thank you for that. And to Mylene and your family, you know, you're always there in my heart and my thoughts. Okay.
Same here, my friend.
And I hope that my listeners feel the same way. You know, I know you guys probably don't know Louis yet, but once you get to know him and his family and how hard they work in the business, you really appreciate them and you want to help them. So I'm going to put that out there. You know, I'm going to bring up Louis's information on my LinkedIn description, so you'll know how to reach him through email, phone number, etc. So you can, you know, get in there, place orders, and, you know, let's support the local communities. And certainly I'd like to support my friend here. So thank you again, Louis. And to my viewers, you know, you have your, you know, you have your mission now. Get a hold of Louis and let's help each other.
Thank you, my friend. I truly appreciate a hug from here.
You too.
And all the best to you.
And we'll see you soon. You know, I want to get a bottle of wine from you, so I'll go see you soon.
You got it.
All right, take care.
Un abrazo. Take care. Bye-bye.